Good afternoon. How are you? Have been a while since the last story that I recorded. I think it was like last week or maybe a couple of weeks ago. The time fly. I was in Edinburgh, and since I came back, I've been so busy. I didn't have the chance to tell more stories, and I just now found like those 10-15 minutes before leaving home, and I thought that would be uh, a good opportunity to record one. So this happened to my cousin when he was 4 years old. I wrote about it a while ago, but I never spoke about it. So I thought that would have been nice to share this story by voice now. So I found out about this not long ago. It was actually, I think probably last year or maybe 3 years ago. Actually, 3 years ago, because I was in Edinburgh, and how the story came out. This from my mom was because I was waiting to cross the road when a kid that saw his mother on the other side of the road, basically without warning, left. He was with his father, and he just released the hold of the father's hand, and they literally run across the road, freaking everyone out, because there was cars passing by, and everybody was shocked, father and mother included. Thanks God, nothing happened. Across the road, it was not run over, but everybody was scared, or we all freak out. So talking with my mom the day after, I told her the story. I said, "Mom, there was this kid. He was just like waiting with his father, his mom that was on other side of the road, and we don't know for warning, nothing. He just ran across the road." And mom told me that that's what happened to my cousin when so he was 4 years old. So now my cousin is on his 50th, so it's a long time ago. And at the time he was 4 years old, and he across the road, and now I can't remember if he was coming from school or he just this kid that just ran without warning. I can't remember now. I only remember the part where he just at 4 years old across the road and was run over by a car. He was hit by a car, and he flew a few meters away. So when people, run to check he was okay, he was easily without a scratch. He was completely fine. Obviously, everybody waited for the ambulance to come. They took him to the hospital. He was basically done some ascertainments, X-ray, MRI, everything, just to make sure that he was completely fine, and he had no scratch, nothing, no even was not even injured, nothing. But that's the interesting story. He told the doctors that his mother died. I think he died. The mom died a few years before, so he was still a kid. His mother that died few years earlier for cancer, he said she showed up hugging protecting him, saying that he would be okay. So his mother, that's where my name come from, was my dad's sister. Her name was Alessandra, and my name Alessandra, it's in honor, in memory of her. That was really, my father was very close to my father. I believe in guardian angels. I believe in spirit guides for my own personal experiences. So I do believe they exist. I believe they are around us to guide, to protect us. And so obviously I like to believe that what happened to my cousin is actually true. Obviously, we will never know. I mean, it was a 4 years old kid that, yeah, he could have made up a story. But obviously, if you think about amongst all the story he could made up, a 4 years old, like to say that his mother was there hugging, holding him and protecting him, it's kind of like, wow, but obviously we will never know. We will never know if he made up the story. I only know that for personal experiences, I know to be possible. So that's why I wanted to share this story, because I found it a very powerful story. I found it really wonderful, considering that all what there was behind my auntie death, and all the problems, and all the things that was done for her and after her. I mean, my father bought this bookshop that we had until 16 years ago. He actually bought it for her when the first time she got cancer and she recovered. So he bought this shop. There was a stationery shop, bookshop, and then when she got cancer, the cancer came back and she died. That's when he sold. So he, at the time, he owned a restaurant, and he sold the restaurant and decided to work in the shop, even because I was bored at the time, and he wanted to spend some more time with me as well. And as you know, if you work in hospitality, especially in restaurants, especially if you're the chef and the owner, there is no life. You will not see your family. There is no way. It's the nature of this job. So the shop was taken over from my father, and my name came. She was chosen for in memory of her, my auntie. So my father and mom look after my cousins that had a problematic father. So we lived in the same building. So I met a lot of people that share with me similar stories, and I strongly believe from my own life experiences that there are entity souls. I like to call them souls above us that, well, we say above us because it comes from our religious background beliefs. If you're Catholic, I was raised Catholic. I'm not anymore, but I was raised Catholic. You have heaven, hell. heaven and hell. Heaven is always picture in above and hell below. So maybe they're not either below and above. Maybe they're just around, like it's how been said by many people that had a near-death experience. They're all around us. It's just they're vibrating to a different frequency and we can't see it. We can only perceive it or see them only when we reach the same kind of frequency while on human body. So I strongly, actually the strongly is not the right term. I do believe, because I know, I experienced that, I lived that, so I know. And you don't have to believe me. You just take what resonates with you and leave the rest. So my cousin, I don't think he ever told the story to many people. Not sure, but I never heard by anyone telling me that about my cousin talking about the story. Maybe he doesn't even remember. He was 4 years old. I mean, there are things that I barely remember what happened to me before the age of 10. I have maybe 3 memories, 4 maybe. I don't know if maybe I'm the only case or there are other cases of people that doesn't have memory. I met someone that said to remember when they were 5 and 6. I can't remember literally anything before the age of 10. It's always found it weird. Why? I don't know. I really don't know. But there was a video that I shared when on the post I wrote that there was a beautiful movie that you could find for free on YouTube of Wim Wenders, that is Wings of Desire. But I just found out now, checking the article to remember well, the story, to remember better the story that is not available any longer for copyright reason. But it's mentioned. So if you have the opportunity to watch it, it's stunning. Briefly, is the story of these angels, that of those souls witnessing humans in their everyday life and taking notes of humans without judgment, without emotions. And it's beautiful because you see those angels flying, walking around, and literally you are listening people's thoughts. It's really deep. And what is really interesting is that all the first part of the movie where we're watching those angels, basically witnessing stories of humans is in black and white, and then it become in color. And long story short, is the story of this angel that decided to go back to be human and to feel emotions again, falling in love with a dancer from a circus. And that's more, I'm not gonna tell you more than this. So watch it, I'm sure you will like it. So the time is over and I need to go to the gym. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.